Hello to all of our new listeners. Glad you could join us, and especially those of you down in Texas. Be pleased to welcome our old friend from Tyler, Texas, Mr. Johnny Gimble, with us this week on our show. Mr. Gimble is one of our favorite people, and he had a great honor this last week down in Washington, D.C. He was given a National Folk Heritage Fellowship. He is a festival all by himself, but he received a National Folk Heritage
We got
Fellowship.
home and my wife said she never had slept with a national relic before.
No.
And I told her, I said, no.
Treasure.
I told her I was a heirloom.
A heirloom.
That's what I am.
Well, that must have excited her. A national folk,
Treasury.
A national treasure.
Treasury.
What a great honor to talk to.
I thought it was real nice. The guy from the Endowment for the Arts called and told us about it and said, you've been selected. And I said, what does this entail? He said, well, first, there's a $10,000.
Yes.
And I said, can I pay that in installments? And he said, yes, you can send about a third of it to Uncle Sam immediately. So here we are.
Johnny told us about it last night when he got into town and was talking about it. Said he was tempted to turn it down, thinking he didn't deserve it, but then thought that if people down at the National Endowment for the Arts thought he was that good, he wasn't going to tell them any different.
That's right.
So I went home and wrote this little song for him here. There was a fiddler named Gimble, whose fingers were nimble to play all the licks and the trills. He could play Darlin' Nellie or Stefan Grappelli or tunes that were old as the hills. He played the orange blossom so the people would toss him dimes, quarters, and some dollar bills. He played shows and dances from Texas to Kansas with a fiddler by the name of Bob Wells. And as he got older, with that fiddle on his shoulder, seemed as natural as a flag on a pole. He smiled as he played some old serenade, and the music came up from his soul. You could hear the stars falling and the whippoorwill calling whenever he picked up his bow, and the shuffling and sliding of ghost dancers gliding on kitchen floors long, long ago. And one day a letter arrived at this veteran fiddler's East Texas home. And the letter said, hello, you're a National Folk Fellow, a legend as is generally known, and a national treasure, and a genuine pleasure, and a star whose light has long shone, and a man in fine fettle, so here is a medal and some cash you can keep for your own. Well, he looked at that letter, and he thought, I'm no better than dozens of fiddlers around. I can think of several who can play like the devil and get them a heck of a sound. It would make me feel funny to take someone's money who thinks I'm a man of renown. No, the right thing and the moral is to pack up this laurel and return it and turn this thing down. And then he heard voices who said, John, one choice is to simply accept you have won. Don't argue with praise, because it's so brief nowadays. 2 seconds and your honor is done. The award a man wins can't make up for his sins, which are many, and his honors are few. But at least this prize gives to your dear relatives some relief after all they've been through. His name's Johnny Gimble, and now he's a symbol for his fabulous fiddling skills. He can play Darlin' Nellie like Stefan Grappelli and tunes that are old as the hills. He can play that orange blossom so the people would toss him dimes, quarters, and some dollar bills. He played shows and dances from Texas to Kansas with a fiddler by the name of Bob Wells. You can hear the stars falling, the whippoorwill calling whenever he picks up his bow. And the shuffling and sliding of ghost dancers gliding on kitchen floors long, long ago. Welcome to the show, Johnny, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.